Welcome back, everybody,
to another week,
of your favorite crypto podcast,
sometimes crypto,
the unscripted
crypto podcast. Hey,
yo.
We're back. It hasn't been long.
Hasn't been
Especially
long
for
since
us.
the last time we recorded. And not much has happened in the past couple days besides one kind of major thing that's also not too major, kind of expected.
What's that?
Bitcoin reached an all-time high.
It did right after we ended over the weekend.
Yep. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Sir, it hit an all-time high of 126,000.
Oh, hit 126?
Yeah.
Oh. That's
All-time high of
cool.
126,000 and some change. At least on the exchange I'm looking at. We have pulled back a bit since then. I will also say that.
Okay. That is true. We have pulled back. But not too much. Sitting at what, 124?
122?
122. It was 124 earlier today when I checked.
And before that, it did
So-
come all the way down to 120.
Yeah, so it is possible that it goes down. Test 120 again.
I mean, we did talk about last week that there is a chance it can range around up top at this higher, like this 120 area, or come down to between like 120 all the way down to like 117 and just create a new range there and making its old all-time high as support to continue its uptrend.
Yep. We did talk about that last week. If you missed it, highly recommend checking it out. Just for the market, check out the first part. William's really good with the graphs.
Yeah, which as of right now, all this is this pullback is doing is just really resetting all the RSIs.
Yep. Like
Which correct. Which it doesn't have to go down to do that. It can just range and not create new highs, and that would be enough. So as of right now, like between the 1 hour and 8 hour, they're back at the bottom pretty much. Just the higher time frames, the 12 hour, the daily, the 3-day are all the way at the top. Weekly is not. Weekly is like just still like upwards a little bit, pointing up, but it hasn't moved too much. So we could see a good another run up in the coming days to weeks. Or it cools off, which is also a good thing.
Well, I think the government shutdown kind of has some level of influence on this.
Nah, it doesn't, because everything else is doing good.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying the other thing isn't influenced either.
I just don't think it matters, being honest.
That might also be true.
Or it doesn't matter. The government shutdown doesn't matter as much because they're very common. I will, like, I think we talked about last week too. It won't matter until we get like to the third week of a government shutdown.
Yeah.
Week 3, I think it starts to
once the bills
get more serious.
Once the bills start coming around,
Then it gets more serious, yeah. Before we get off this topic, just because we're talking about government shutdown, apparently Trump might want to give a Stimmy out.
no.
Yeah, he said he might want to give a Stimmy out because of all the funds we have recovered due to tariffs.
That's crazy. Well,
I think I saw like a headline on Twitter or on X, my bad, saying between $1,000 and $2,000 stimmies.
if they're not printing more money for it, then yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
Oh, I just don't mind it because there's so. I mean, in the eyes of the government, it's not a good thing to give out this money, having so many money issues. But as a receiver, I wouldn't be against it.
On the other hand, they could just pay off the debt. Because
No, not even
in reality, how
payoffs.
much? I mean, I guess $2,000 per citizen.
Correct.
So we got what, 350
And that's
million people?
Not. It wouldn't be quite accurate because you're counting kids in that number. It would be anyone above the age of 18. And
I see.
then yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. You're right. That's probably not accurate.
But yeah, I'm just saying that I think the government could do better things with with the money they have collected. Side little conspiracy. I also think the reason he wants to give it out is because if he gives out the money to the people, it's harder for the Court of Appeals to go, oh, but now you have to return the money if they rule that the tariffs what's the word? Overuse of power.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's harder to force the U.S. government from the appeals court to return the funds that were collected due to tariffs.
I see. It'll also
That's
give like his party some more support.
Yeah. Possibly.
Because they'll definitely use it. Be like, look, we gave you money. Like, why wouldn't you want us?
This is true. Like we just gave you guys money.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of, I don't know, might be a political move.
Yeah, that's why I said little conspiracy theory.
At the end of the day, yeah, isn't anything they do political?
That's why I said it was a political move if he used it to just get away from having to pay back, refund the tariff money.
Yep.
If they lose in the appeals court.
Yeah, 350 million times 2, 700 billion. Well, 2,000.
Yes.
That's a lot. That's a lot of dough.
It quite literally is. Oh, and on that note, gold is about to hit a new all-time. It's about to hit 4,000 for the first time ever.
So that actually pulls me to this article that I read, where gold-backed cryptocurrencies have hit an all-time high in terms of total asset value.
I don't know what it said. Could be
So,
market
like,
cap. Could be just asset value.
So gold is definitely on the rise, right? Just broke $4,000 or about to break $4,000.
Close to breaking 4,000.
Yeah, and there's these 3 crypto currencies that are backed by gold. We talked about one of them last week, Tether Gold, XAUT. Then there's also PaxG and Kinesis Gold, KAU. Cumulatively, they hold, with gold being at $4,000 or just below $4,000. Cumulatively, they hold $3 billion in total value.
You said billion?
Billion.
Good chicken change.
It's a pretty good chunk of change. That's correct. And trading of these digital tokens has increased also, where on Monday we saw $640 million in total volume. So almost $1 billion.
In volume.
Yeah, in volume.
Yeah.
So obviously, talked about Tether Gold last week. That one is one of the bigger ones, just like Pax Gold. Those two are like the dominant issuers of gold-backed crypto.
Okay.
But speculation is that this rise in like precious metals, because silver's also up. Speculation is that this is in part due to the government shutdown and people looking for an asset that is a hedge against potential risks associated to government shutdowns. Mind you, we're only 7 days into the government shutdown.
Yeah.
I think for this theory or a hypothesis to hold any value, we gotta see how much how the price of these precious metals continue to act as the government continues to remain shut down.
I agree, and I think it won't matter until it surpasses like the length of the previous shutdown.
What do you mean by matter?
So for the most part, from what I saw, most investors don't care that government shutdown is happening just because it doesn't affect things for the market for the most part. Like apart from not getting inflation data and job reports because the government is shut down, right? So we'll get delayed numbers, but in the sense of they've already happened in the past, and the outcome have always been government shuts down. There's a small dip. Price typically rallies after the fact. So the reason I say it won't really matter until like that bet they're making, that something to hedge against the government shutdown. I don't think it matters unless the length of the shutdown exceeds expectations.
Okay. Yeah. So I was reading this article here, and it stated that the Bitcoin gold ratio currently sits at 31.6% or 31.6. Okay. Context. The Bitcoin to gold ratio tracks how much ounces of gold is needed, or how much ounces of gold one Bitcoin can buy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's currently at 31.6, and in December 2024 it was at 40. So back then, essentially, one Bitcoin could buy 40 ounces of gold. Now it could only buy 31.6 ounces of gold. In other words, that means that Bitcoin is down compared to gold, even though both assets are super high up.
Sure.
What do you mean, sure?
I mean, it's a relative. That's a relative down because your Bitcoin.
You buy less gold with Bitcoin, therefore therefore gold is up.
Correct. I'm not disagreeing that, but we're going from 40% to. We're not.
It's not percent. It's ounces.
Yeah, we're not going to. I mean, yeah, we're instead of buying 40 ounces, we're buying 33 ounces.
Yeah.
I'm saying to your point, yes, gold is up, and in that specific chart, gold is up and Bitcoin is down. Year to date. If you look at it on a chart, gold is still down to Bitcoin 99.99%.
In all time, yeah.
I mean, sure, let's go to the past 4 years. It's still down. That's what I'm saying. Let's go down 2 years.
Well, again, the markets are
I'm just saying
very time specific, and I agree with what you're like kind of insinuating. But
I'm not insinuating.
You're insinuating. You're insinuating that Bitcoin is a superior asset, and that over time it will outpace whatever gold ends up doing.
I'm saying it's done it. I mean, it's done it.
and it will continue to do it just because of this the way of the two assets are. They are commodities. They're not organized and controlled by central agencies. They are just natural resources that exist on this planet. And because of their natures, yes, long term, Bitcoin will go higher. But in the current time frame that I'm speaking about, December 2024 till now, gold has gained more value.
It has gained more value. You're still buying more with Bitcoin, though.
Oh, yeah. Bitcoin's also up. I'm not saying that's not true. That's not wrong.
I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hard ass. I'm just saying that this, like, comparing one towards the other when one is like so dramatically down in a longer scheme of things, like, sure, you're having a good day,
good year.
Sure, if you want to say year, it really hasn't been the full year of a rally, but yeah,
that's true. But it's 2 months away.
No, I mean, like, gold hasn't been rallying the entire year. It's been rallying probably like the last 5 months out of the 10 months. Yeah, maybe a little more.
It's honestly kind of sound like you're trying to be a hard ass.
That's what I said. I'm not trying to.
Kind of sound like
fault. Sorry.
It's like,
bro, you know why? Because these are the same arguments Peter Schiff uses. And I'm like, dude, your ass has been underperformed for the last 10 years. What's your point?
Well, here's the thing. A good trader or a good investor would know which assets are going to perform well. And then, like, a world class, like, the best would know, or would be able to, would know when it's time to shift in, like, ideal situations, like with something like gold. Granted, I'm not trying to vouch for gold. I'm not trying to play a Peter Schiff's, like, game right now and say, oh, gold's like, you should have had your money, like, you should do gold, like, everything is like gold is superior.
Alex is jumping off Bitcoin. He's going into gold. He's selling all his Bitcoin and buying gold. That's what he's doing.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I will still probably try to buy gold, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna sell Bitcoin for it.
Alex is getting out of Bitcoin, he's gonna go buy gold. You're already here first.
Now look,
my fault. I am being a little bit of a hard ass on it.
My thing with gold is I think that it should be used as either for technology or jewelry. Past that,
It could be a good paperweight.
Yeah, if you got a lot of money.
Or a lot of papers.
Or a lot. True. Can you check your mic quick, please? Quickly. Yep. We're good. I
haven't even touched it. I haven't even touched the mic for it to do that to you.
I don't know. William's mic likes to be heard.
Whatever. Continue. Moving forward.
With
my computer might die. I do want to say that
for us.
Oh, I want to say my computer might die.
This guy, his computer's gonna die.
It's charging, by the way. It's charging. It might die though. It's consuming more power than its than output. But
fed to it.
Correct. Yeah, my fault. Well, on that same Bitcoin gold topic, not really. Bitcoin has once again hit a 7-year low on exchanges, meaning there is less supply of Bitcoin on exchanges than there previously once was. And as I think every time we've made this update, it's always gone down. There's never one time that we go it's higher than.
Yeah, I've never heard us go in and say, oh yeah, exchanges are getting so much Bitcoin now. Everyone's giving their Bitcoin to the exchanges. That's never been something I've said. until just now.
Exactly.
That was rhetorical and satiric.
Yes. So this says BTC balance on exchanges, total all exchanges, and it says there is about, from the looks of it here, a little, maybe 6,000 Bitcoin on exchanges, and has had a. So there was a
on
time.
Exchanges total.
Yes, total exchanges.
6,000 Bitcoin in all the exchanges is an insanely low number. I actually have some Bitcoin on some exchanges, and I will have to be pulling that out because that number's scary low.
Yeah, there's about 6,000 on exchanges, which I think that just means what's like. I'm not sure if that means just like their total holdings that the exchanges has, including customers who have like Bitcoin on exchanges.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that means.
Because that, which one? The
Both.
second or the first?
It includes both.
It includes both. Okay, yeah. That's what I was.
If not just the latter, not even the former.
I would.
Yeah.
You threw me off with that. Do you mean?
So if they hold 6,000, if the report says that they hold 6,000 Bitcoin, it means that they hold 6,000 Bitcoin for, and this is just me going off of speculation and more so what I remember seeing in the past, not so much what this report specifically is saying. But if they're holding 6,000 Bitcoin, that means that they are holding 6,000 Bitcoin for their clients, not their own holdings of what they have for, like, let's say, I don't know, a fund or trust or whatever they got going on. Separate of, like, their bank account.
I see. I actually don't know. We could probably chat GPT it and see what it says.
So it would be for, like, what they owe out, not what they own.
Let's put it in Grok to see which one it is.
So we're using Grok today.
I'm uploading the file. Give me 7 seconds.
Gotta make sure to tell it to pull the lever.
What? Why?
Because there's no way. I don't know what her name is. What this girl from that show always told.
It's not a show. It's a movie.
They also had a show.
Yes.
Pull the lever, Grok. Pull the lever. Cusco's new groove. Now that I think about it, I have no idea what that film was about. Exiled emperor or son of an emperor gets turned into a llama.
No, the emperor.
Oh, the emperor? It's not the kid, the son of the emperor?
No, he is the emperor.
And he gets turned into a llama.
Turns into a llama.
And then what does he need to do to get turned back from a llama?
He needs to get the potion from, I forgot her name, to turn himself back into a human. Correct.
Or the human, because I guess he is still technically the emperor. I don't know. I gotta watch that movie.
Yeah, because they did the spin-off of the movie from the show. From the movie to the show.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what's Grok saying for this report?
So it's just saying BTC held on exchange. It's just the amount of Bitcoin held on exchanges.
Yeah, so it's an exchange, and therefore I'm assuming it's just their balance sheet.
Yeah, it's just customer funds being held. It does not include their Bitcoin holdings.
Yep.
So to your point, it just means there are more people moving Bitcoin off the exchanges.
And to reiterate, we have never said that people are just putting all of their Bitcoin back onto the exchanges. Why? Because that's just counterintuitive.
What?
Counterintuitive.
No, we never said people were putting all the Bitcoin onto
Yeah,
exchanges.
that we have never said that people are putting their Bitcoin into exchanges. Like,
No. Well,
when you
to
do
that,
see that, I believe there will be a large sell-off.
well, on the chart, there's a spike where it came down to like 10,000 Bitcoin on exchanges. Then it pushed up, held around like close to 15,000 Bitcoin, and then it's dropped severely since then.
Okay, and
Back down.
when it was up,
And
or when
that all happened
that
within this
raised
year.
from 10 to 15K. Do you know what the price was of Bitcoin?
And price
in
did
that
not,
time
from
period?
what I'm seeing on the chart, price did not move quite sporadically. It stayed very consistent.
Okay. Also, 5K
I don't know. I feel like
isn't-
that's just like
5K
an
isn't a
interesting.
lot.
A Bitcoin on exchanges?
Yeah, I don't think that's a lot either.
No, I don't.
Like if
No.
you move it to 150,000 Bitcoin on exchanges, I'd say that's a very large number
Yeah, but we've never had that many.
because everyone's holding it in their private wallets. Not your keys, not your coin, guys. That's the key to takeaway.
Okay. I'm stupid. I was looking at the chart wrong.
Okay.
I apologize for being an idiot. So there aren't 7,000 Bitcoin on exchanges. That's incorrect.
That's a very
There's
low
closer
number.
to 2 million.
2 million. What the heck were
Yeah.
you looking at, William?
I was looking at the price. I was looking at price, not the amounts.
Again, what? What price were you looking at? Because that price doesn't even make sense.
You son of a biscuit. You see a chart?
Yeah, I see the chart.
I was looking at these numbers here where the orange was. This is price because it shows price. And I was not focused on the other axis that shows actual Bitcoin in exchanges, which is the orange.
I see.
I was looking at the wrong one the whole time without
You're
looking to the
looking
side.
at
I mean,
the
like,
different
correct.
access. I see.
I was looking at the correct.
That's funny.
You see?
Okay.
Idiot.
That's a way
My
better.
fault.
That's a way better number.
My fault. Yeah. I apologize. That's completely on me for misreading that and interpreting that. I apologize.
But yeah, I mean, it kind of shows an inverse,
It shows it does show the inverse.
right?
It doesn't show the inverse. It shows exactly what you want to see. The supply is going down and the price is going up.
Yeah, it does inverse. And then when the supply goes up, the price goes down.
Yeah. Well, what I was saying was you don't see right around here where this like the amount the supply will continue to drop and like it bounced and spiked up. It doesn't do that here as drastic as it looks like here. Which is good because it really just means that Bitcoin's just been on a very stable path upwards and has not done really crazy swings. Also, I want to note that my computer's at 9%.
This guy's computer's about to die.
It's charging. It's like I can't do anything about it.
I see. So, on a side note, the Ethereum ETFs are holding a lot of Ethereum. ETFs, and then also like the other what's it called? Like funds? Firm like firms that funds. I guess they're all ETFs, right?
Well, I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
Like investment vehicles.
Yes.
They're ETFs. The ETFs are holding a whopping 20. What is this one? Where's this number? Correction. 12 million Ethereum.
That's a whole lot of ETH.
It's a lot of ETH. 12 million Ethereum are being held by the ETFs. That is more than 10% of Ethereum's total supply.
That's a lot of it.
Yeah, that's a pretty big chunk of Ethereum.
And to add to you, ETFs have also started to rewrite and add that they are staking their ETH. The ones that have been allowed to, which I believe as right now has been BlackRock, and I think one more.
Yep, and that's part of the reason why Ethereum ETFs are on the rise in terms of like people buying ETH, because investors are kind of looking at this as a way for cash generating asset, or revenue or yield generating asset, because hopefully these ETFs will be able to start staking.
Yeah. Which if you have already.
Mm-hmm. This do be true. It's cool stuff.
Yeah. I guess while we're talking about the ETFs and stuff, AMD moved like 30% today. I mean yesterday. Correction.
Monday morning.
I believe on Monday.
Monday, not morning, just Monday.
Let's go to daily. Yeah. So on Friday it closed negative. It closed down a bit. It closed at like 165, and it opened on Monday at 226 after OpenAI and AMD announced that they're going to be doing some sort of partnership where OpenAI will be investing into AMD, I believe, to order more chips.
Fun.
And I saw a meme that was AMD, OpenAI, and Nvidia, all three like, here's the $20 I owe you, here's the 10 you owe me, but you owe me 10, here's your 10. Oh, don't forget you still owe me, to just passing each other money around.
Yep.
Which essentially is what's happening to a degree.
Yep, the whole classic representation of how money works.
And debt.
Yeah, money and debt. That's true. Debt.
Money, the cycle of money and debt, because they're all sharing it. Like, it's all, you're gonna owe me, you owe me 10 million, you owe me 20, you owe me 15, and they each just pay it off after one gets paid.
Yep, that's what that is funny. It's a funny thing if you know how to use it as a tool.
Yeah,
if you
and
don't,
the reason
then it could be quite terrifying and scary.
Yes, because it will swallow you whole and chew you up and spit you out.
Yep, no remorse.
No remorse. But the reason I bring up AMD and its massive move was because the Trump administration has also bought into other stocks. They have bought into Intel, MP Materials, Lithium Americas, and Triology Metals, which all have been, since of that percentage stake they acquired of the company, have all also shot up crazy moves in the aftermath of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Some more than others. I believe TMC was the most noticeable one I saw. Which, just to prove, big pockets really do stimulate your stocks.
I mean, it also helps when you're sitting in the Oval Office.
Well, also, I'm not saying that. I'm saying these companies were blessed by Trump buying them.
Yeah.
Or taking a stake into them.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Yeah, 100%.
Damn. So maybe that might be the new meta.
Which you think Trump buying all these companies is good, bad, neutral, indifferent to like America's?
So we definitely have an issue with like congressmen's investing in companies while they also prevent
them trading.
Yeah. So I don't see why that would be any different for a president.
So Trump did not buy these. He bought them like the U.S. government bought them, not Trump.
Oh, the U.S. government bought these stocks.
Yeah, these are stakes that the Trump administration took into these companies under like the U.S.
Oh, okay, that's different.
These are not individual. Yeah, these are not individual purchases Trump made. That's
different.
illegal.
Ah,
Yeah.
that puts me in a conundrum, because there's two ways of looking at this. The government is getting involved in private markets and potentially interfering with investments.
I didn't hear like the last like 10 seconds of what you were saying or more.
Yeah, I think that might have been my fault. I opened up my AirPod case and I might have messed up some connection. Well, what I was saying is that the government is getting involved in private investments and like the open market. So there's like that part that I don't love. But then on the other hand, assuming that the government is acting in the best interest of the people, they would obviously, as of now, so far, have done a good play because those assets have gone up. But what's the plan? Is it a long-term plan? Are they trying to sell? Are they just trying to fund them through incorporation, like getting involved through involvement, getting involved with them, and then therefore bringing attention to them to try to stimulate some type of innovation? I don't know. Like, I don't want to say I'm indifferent. I think I'd rather say I'm undecided.
I
feel about this.
Will go with, I think they're just investing in U.S. companies that do things that we need. So I maybe better compete with
It looks like you
other
didn't hear me again. Actually, no.
big players
Correction.
in that same
I have been
realm.
disconnected. And it should be connected again.
Okay.
So it looks like when I fixed my internet, it got speed, but not reliability. And that, so William, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. So I was realizing that it was a connection issue. And I was going to say, and I'm still going to say it, even though William can't hear me, availability is one of the things that are very important to determining whether or not an asset is secured. It's one of the key pillars of security. There's three pillars: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And right now my availability is no bueno. And I'm just trying to fill in the space, if I'm being honest, because of this whole internet issue. I literally cannot see my co-host. And the funny part is that he's running out of battery on his. We've had a very rough year with technical difficulties. In all honesty. So like, it says I got internet, but it don't act like I got internet. We're probably going to take a break anyways, just because of the fact that he is running out of power. So I hope you didn't say anything, because I was talking, and just filling in the space.
I was completely quiet.
Lovely. I don't think we missed anything. I am kind of curious though, as to what your battery life is right now.
6%.
Damn, son, that's going down fast.
It's not holding up very well. But I just saw something on Twitter, and Bitcoin Archive says S&P 500 to launch a Bitcoin and crypto focus index, and they wrote Bitcoin's going mainstream.
That's true. That can confirm Bitcoin is going mainstream. There's actually a Telegram group that I'm in. So they are doing this whole initiative this month. But there's like kind of like, so it's like a side group for this feed. It's called the Bitvocation feed. It's part of this group called POW Labs, Proof of Work Labs, where their whole like mission is to bring as much people to crypto or Bitcoin, bring as much people to Bitcoin as possible, specifically by finding the Bitcoin related jobs. So the Bitvocation feed, Telegram chat, is just a constant posting of Bitcoin jobs, and it's in any department, so to say. However, this month of October, they're running this whole program called Jobtober, where every day for 21 days, so the weekdays of the month, they are pushing out a prompt of some sort that should over time build on each other to try to help individuals find jobs within the
crypto
environment.
Web3.
No, Bitcoin. Not crypto, not Web3, Bitcoin. These are Bitcoin maximalists on this chat.
Can I give a little pushback here?
I mean, you could give the pushback. I'm just here spreading the news.
But Bitcoin is a form of Web3, right?
I think I would say yes.
So it's Web3.
I see where
Bitcoin
you're
focus, but
because
Web3.
Because if you tell a Bitcoin maximalist, oh, Web3, they might yak. Actually.
Yeah, but everyone yaks when they talk. So what's the difference? Why? This is why I never understood that group, because they're always like, why are you hating on everything else? These things do not go up in maybe terms of Bitcoin, but it goes up in terms of dollar, where we price everything anyways for the most part. I haven't met maximalists who price their things in Bitcoin.
Pretty sure.
Who actually spend their Bitcoin priced in Bitcoin. They always have to go, oh wait, how many dollars does this really cost? Oh yeah, that's how much Bitcoin is required, because it's still a two-way system, and until last time I checked.
Says the guy who at one point did say that he's slowly getting the Bitcoin bug.
I like jumping around. What do you want me to do? I don't like letting people know what's my next move.
It's an open market, William. You got to make sure.
I'm allowed to change my thoughts.
Exactly. You got to make sure that the Bitcoin and the Bitcoiners know that you are willing to jump ship to something that you deem better if their product is not up to par.
I'm a whore. I'll jump ship anytime.
I mean, no,
I'll jump ship to a brand new shiny tool. I mean, do I regret some of those decisions? Maybe. Shit about Bitcoin. You're right. But not the point. I will say that. The only things I've made money on this year is Solana and Bitcoin. I will say that too. Yeah, no other alt. And Sui. I lied. Take the and Sui. And not barely Link.
Hey, but you want to know something? The Bitcoin maximalists.
What's up?
They've only made money on Bitcoin. They didn't make no money on Solana. They didn't make no money on
See? Losers.
Classic rage baiting now, I guess.
Dude, if this were to become a reel, it would go super. It would get the most hate we've ever seen in our entire lives. I would, not you. I would, not you. You didn't say anything. You're just laughing at me.
Oh, God. No, it's. I mean, I think Bitcoin maximalists also have the wrong impression of the alts. Granted, vast majority of them, shitcoins. Yeah, 100%. But they're looking at these altcoins as if they're commodities also, or want to be commodities. And I don't think all of these altcoins do want to be commodities. Like, they even hate against Ethereum. But I think there's utility in coins like Solana, Ethereum, and like the top 10 mostly, like excluding Doge. There's utility, and it's a service provider that it's a protocol that just provides some service, not so much value, like asset value. It's not the thing that you're looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You want me to rage bait them real hard?
Yeah, go for it.
Bitcoin maximalists don't even use Bitcoin how it was intended to be used.
Really?
I bet on that.
Why?
Because Bitcoin was created to be a peer-to-peer system to get away from the financial system that we had. I can assure you, I don't know because I never looked this number up. They do not spend their Bitcoin. They only HODL. And if you only HODL, you're not using you're not using Bitcoin as the peer-to-peer system that was intended to be used for.
Okay, so you're just pretty much calling me out then, not the Bitcoin maximalist.
Nah, because I'm sure they don't do it either.
Because no, that's the thing. They do. They do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they use the Lightning Network.
Do they?
Yeah. Frequently.
Well, the ones that I have met that aren't you have not. I haven't heard them speaking about using it.
Yeah, because like here's the thing, like the Bitcoin maximalists are like deep in the rabbit hole, and then
maybe you're right. Maybe I'm talking shit.
Who are also Bitcoin maximalists, but not really Bitcoin maximalists. Like they're more or less like me, like, oh yeah, Bitcoin's the shit, but then also like just doesn't really fully use it. In part, a lot of these people like interact with each other frequently, so they know they could easily just spend the Bitcoin through Satoshis on the Lightning Network.
So you're saying I was talking shit the whole time?
That last part, yeah, that was kind of like you're just roasting me, if I'm being completely honest.
Damn it! You know what? I didn't try to. I wasn't trying to attack you. I was trying to attack them. My fault.
I mean, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist, so I don't feel offended.
That's also true.
Yeah, but that's funny.
I apologize to all the Bitcoin maximalists I may have offended if you do use the system as it was intended to be used. I retract my previous statement. I apologize.
It is a work in progress.
What a mess.
That's funny. That was a good roll.
I thought I was onto something with that one.
Nah. The first part you were, but then that second attempt, you should have stopped while you were ahead. Well,
whose team are you on?
I believe we're coming to an end. Your laptop's about to die. I don't want you getting cut off the same way I get cut off all the time.
I'm at 6%.
Oh, you're still at 6%. What's going on?
I lowered my screen brightness.
Oh.
I lowered my screen brightness to keep it alive longer.
This guy.
For a second, it jumped from 6 to 7%. I got excited. I'm like, it's starting to charge up. It's all a lie, but I tried.
That's funny,
dude. This has been a mess.
I mean, that's part of the thing that I was saying when I got
cut
off.
That this has been a mess.
Yeah, I was like, this year has had a lot of difficulties, technical difficulties.
We live in it.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, let's keep it short and sweet because. Hey man, let's keep this one short and sweet. And I agree with you. I think we will get it to be a well-oiled machine, just knocking out seamless. Just, bro. Yeah. This podcast will get to the point where they're gonna be like, it's like the pyramids. How did it get built? Or they're gonna think we're AI like they already do.
I mean, at some point we will.
What?
get to the point where, at some point, we will get to the point where they'll be like, "How did this get built?" Gotta go real deep into the archives.
But time out before we wrap up, because I saw this and this was insane. Did you see the new Sora 2?
Oh yeah, dude, crazy videos coming out.
Did you see the videos it's making?
Mm-hmm. Insane, literally insane.
Insane.
You know, that actually just reminded me something. When the whole Google thing was a thing, and like everyone was like, "Oh my
Gemini?"
God," like everything's the video ones though.
Oh yeah.
Where they're like, the prompts were like, "This isn't even real. I'm AI," or whatever.
Which they were crazy too.
Yeah, those were funny though, because it was like an
Yeah.
interesting. It was like a twist on like reality, because like now the Sora ones are pretty
Yes.
impressive, but the other ones were just like also comical. That reminded me that I wanted to learn some of them as like some punchlines, and just throw it in and like certain like, "Oh, quick, brought me back into existence. We're running out of time." Just to like throw someone off.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's the other thing is, we don't have enough time to register. We also don't use the product as much. But like how fast like these video AIs are advancing.
Oh no, I'm registering it pretty well, I think, because I feel like we've covered a lot of them.
No, I'm saying because the reason I say register could be the wrong word. More like we don't, could be appreciate because of how long like version 1 lasts before the version 2 comes out, and version 1 from 2 is like day and night.
Yeah, that I agree. Yeah, so register. I see why you use the word register.
Because do you remember that Will Smith eating spaghetti that came out literally like almost a year ago?
Yeah, I think that was a little bit more than a year ago at this point, though.
Maybe like, yeah, but that's like one of the first AI videos that I remember.
Mm-hmm.
You compare that video to like something Sora 2 is doing, or what or a Google video Gemini did like a couple months ago now, and you're like, this is night and day difference.
Mm-hmm. Literally night and day difference.
Like I saw a video of a. All right, whatever. Bye.
I think
he wants to wrap up.
I think we should cut it off. Okay. I'm getting nervous about your battery life.
It's still at 6%.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Nah, but you cut me off already 3 times. I'm done. We're wrapping up now. Everyone,
Okay, guys.
thank you again for tuning in. Like, subscribe, follow, hit the notification button. Tell Alex he's beautiful. I'm not letting him talk because he didn't let me talk.
He's not.
And that's all.
He's not letting me talk.
All right, you can say whatever you want now.
All right. Obviously, we roll with the punches here, and we are very happy to be here. As always, William already said the whole spiel, so I'm not going to repeat it. But it's been another week
Of your favorite crypto podcasts.
Sometimes Crypto.
The Unscripted.
Crypto Podcast.
Ayo.